Hello everybody, this is Kim with Kim's Creations and Card Ministries coming to you on a pre-recorded video. It is the last day of July 2023 and I had a couple more Christmas in July projects I wanted to share with you tonight. These are the videos, Christmas in July cards I have done so far. This was the first video I did probably about a week or so ago. It's called a fractured, like a fractured tile technique. So that's this one. And then after that, I believe I did the truck next. So my sample was in with the red truck. And I've got the grassy grove trees and the deer from the grassy grove. I forgot to put a thing on the back of that one, but I did put one on this one, so you could put something on the back for your sentiment. My sentiment came from the set called Hope and Peace. This one did. The front actually came out of the truck set. What is that truck set called? Something. Let me see what the truck set. And it's in Trucking Along is what that's called, and it is an online exclusive set, so you won't see it in the catalog. And the truck punch is currently sold out, but you can do these cards and some more that I'm going to be doing. You do not have to have the punch to do them. And didn't the envelope turn out cute? Again, these trees came from Gracie Grove, but the truck and the little ground underneath and the special delivery, that all came out of that truck stamp set. So just cute, cute, cute. Then I did the snowflake card. I did a kind of a double embossing technique where I heat embossed the silver snowflake, and then I did like a fake emboss where I glued white snowflakes over the top of that to give another embossing kind of an effect with that texture. Here's the inside of this one. I did a couple different styles of this. Y'all go back and watch the video. And then the last one I did yesterday, and I'm still trying to upload this video. It's taking forever to upload my videos, y'all. I'm so sorry. This one again was using that paper from the One Horse Open Sleigh Designer Series paper. Also an online exclusive. The paper is still available. I saw it earlier today, so there's no problems getting that. It's a big pack. It's 48 sheets. There's 12 different designs and 4 of each one, so you got 48 of those. This snowflake came out of Season of Chic. The snowflake and the die cuts for the snowflakes were that set. This die cut and the little pieces that went behind that die cut. Let's see if I can find that real quick, because I can't remember the name of it. It's a new set. I just got too many. I still can't find it. Well, let's see. I know you can find the dies, and I can tell you what it is based on the dies. Well, can't find the dies either. I must have moved them because they're not in my immediate stack here. Oh, hold on. I'm still here. Nope, not that one. Well, y'all, I'm sorry. I just don't know what I have done with that stamp set and the dies that go with it, because I had them out. Anyway, so it's got this really cute, all these cute little things that you can use for putting behind your sentiments. This sentiment came from a retired set from last year. Peace to you. That was this one right here. I realized I didn't have sentiments to put on anything because none of them, very few of my sentiments from last year carried over to this year. So I'm going to have to get some new ones. I have picked some out, so the new mini catalog is out online where where demonstrators can see them and kind of be working on our little list. So I've been working on my list. And you still have just a little bit of time left before midnight mountain time if you want to go grab some of those $5 bonuses. If you spend $50, you get 5 from Stampin' Up. And so I'm going to have some bonus to use coming up. So I'm excited about that. Some bonus bucks because I'm going to use them towards the handful of items that I want to get out of this catalog. Demonstrators, we can pre-order on, I think we can pre-order starting on August the 2nd or the 6th. I'll have to go back and look. I can't remember exactly. So I'm excited. I've got my list all ready to go. There were a couple things that I needed that are ordered tonight because I need them like out of paper and some things like that I'm out of. Again, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. The main focus of my business with Stampin' Up! Is to bless as many people as possible with cards that I make. I'm at the point now where I need to get some people to start subscribing to kits or buying some products for me because I'm starting to run out of stuff. Like, you know, the running out of the papers or the cardstock, some of the designer papers. You start running out of things, running out of stickies, running out of glue, running out of embellishments or ribbons. And, you know, to keep everything fresh and new and sending, so I'm not sending the same cards to the same people all the time. So anyway, if y'all can support me in any way by making any purchases, that would be awesome. If you don't have a demonstrator and you go to the stampinup.com, right at the top of the website, because they've revamped their website, it says find a demonstrator. If you don't already have one, please put my name in, Kimberly O'Brien, KimberlyObrien, or you can look under the Anderson, South Carolina. I should show up that way as well. So this is the next card we're going to be making. It's a pretty easy, simple little card to make. You just got to cut, you know, get things cut the right size, but other than that, it's pretty simple. Again, it's using the One Horse Open Sleigh designer series paper as pretty much the main focus of the card. I played around a little bit with my star up here in the sky. I wanted to add something up there, and I was looking for some old gel pens or something. I didn't have anything that worked well, that showed up good on the lighter color up here. I mean, it might have shown up good like just on some of this navy paper maybe, but so I played around. I got one I think a little better than this. Hopefully it'll work when we get ready to do it in a minute. And but I am still I'm thinking about going and just getting me a fine tip gel, shiny, you know, a glitter gel pen or something, so I can just draw it on there. So anyway, because I like kind of like the little star in the sky. And then I used the Grassy Grove is where this little deer came from. The die cut set. There are some stamps in there of deer, but I just had this little guy die cut, and I just used him inside. I started to put him outside and then I kind of forgot about him, and I'm like, oh, I still want to put him inside. And I'm kind of real happy with the inside of my card turned out. So part of the leftover paper that I did not use here became the inside, the snowy bottom on the inside of the card. All right, so let's get started. I'm sorry I don't have a host code because I closed out my July host code. I'll be getting a new one tomorrow, and I'll put it on my Facebook page and on my next video. So y'all can be looking for that. And if you don't spend $150 more before tax and shipping, if you use my code, I'll send you some additional goodies. But you got to use the code to get them because it helps me get free products. All right, so what we're going to need is a half a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So it's 8.5 by 5.5. You're going to score it at 4 1/4. And we're just going to fold it like this. And I'll use my bone folder here to get that crease in there pretty good. This is for the inside. I ended up using a piece I kind of already had cut because I would normally make this a little bit different size. So this one is 4 by 5. You can do 4 by 5 1/4 would work. So because I've got a little bit extra space over here, but I just went with a piece that I already had cut. So then I have some scraps here. I'll tell you the sizes of these in a minute. This is a 1/2 inch strip that we're going to use for the sentiment. I'm using Night of Navy ink, and I'm using Flirty Flamingo ink stamp pads. This is actually Petal Pink in here, but I didn't like the way the Petal Pink blended with the Night of Navy, so I changed it. So I used a little bit right here, and then again on the inside of the card. I thought it did better than the Petal Pink. I wasn't happy with the Petal Pink, so that's why that. All right, so these 3 scraps, they are all 4 inches. 2 of them, the 2 that go on the outside of the card, are 1. I'm trying to remember. So they're 1, 2, 4, 5/8, 1 5/8. So a little bit over 1 1/2. Both of these are 1 5/8, the back piece, okay, the cardstock. And this one is 1 7/8. Okay, so this piece is a little bigger. And I'm going to do this next one just a tiny bit different than I did this, because I kind of thought about it after I had put this card together, just kind of to give it a different look. So, but it's not going to change any of my dimensions of my papers. All right, the other thing, so we've got to cut this paper, and you want to be conscious of where you're cutting things, because again, I kind of liked my little fence being here on the middle panel, but not necessarily in the middle. I wanted some trees in here. I didn't, want to not have that tree or not have this tree. So, and then again, looking at, do you cut everything off the bottom? Do you cut a little bit off the top? And I think I did this time. Cut something off the top maybe. Maybe just a smidge. Let's see. So I didn't cut anything off of this edge. I took it straight up to that edge, and it does look like I probably cut off like 1/8 of an inch off of the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I actually came across that piece a little while ago, and I put it in the trash. Sometimes I'll use those teeny tiny pieces, but I decided not to. So I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off of the top. So this is, that's 1/4. And that's the 1/8 right there. Okay, 1/8 of an inch off at the top. So see, that's really tiny. You could use it though. And then, let's see, so what is this total? I forgot what the total length is, top to bottom. So you want this to be 3 3 3/4. If you wanted to use less of a navy background, you could make it a tiny bit longer. You could make it 3 7/8. But I kind of liked the navy, which I toyed with using another blue instead of this. This is one of the new colors, the Pebbled Path. But I thought the contrast was nice on the Pebbled Path. So, all right, so again, what did I say? 3 3/4? Yep, so 3 3/4. So I need to turn my paper this way so I have 3 3/4 up here. All right, 3 3/4. And then that leaves this nice piece down here for the inside. And I had used this to practice doing my star on. So when I started tearing my paper for my snow, it ended up just being this bottom half down here. So technically you might have another piece left to do something with, whether you want to use the red side or some more of the snowy side. So we'll have some of that left over. Okay. Some more cutting. I'm gonna make sure I'm in the in my camera here still. Okay, good. So we said that the background, the navy piece was 1 4/8, 5/8. So I'm gonna make the Designer Series paper piece be 1/4 inch smaller. So this one's gonna be 1 3/8. So I'm going to go ahead and take 1 3/8 off of this side right here. So I'm going to just turn it this way. So 1/4 inch is 2/8, and then we go 2 more little tick marks is the 3/8 right there. And so that's the first piece. And then the second one, I believe it's going to be 1 5/8. So wait a minute, 1 1/2. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing well. Forgive me. 1 1/2. Yeah, that's 1 5. Is that 1 5 or 1 7? Sorry, y'all. Oh, my eyes are so bad. Let's look at my magnifying glass. 1 so this is the 3/4 line. Okay, so 4/8, 5/8. Yes, 1 5/8, because the blue is, I think, done at like 7/8. Yeah, 5/8, 1 5/8. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to turn it this way to do it though. So that's 4/8 and 5/8. 1 5/8 right here. And so that is my centerpiece. And then we're going to need another one here that is 1 3/8. 1 1 2 3/8. And so you also have a little leftover piece going this direction if you want to use it for anything. Actually, you could put this on the inside of a card if you wanted to. You could do it like this if you wanted to do something a little different. Or you could probably use this piece just by itself on a card. Maybe on something that's an embossed background behind it, and you just have this one little piece of designer paper on it. So there's a thought. Alrighty, so this is the last one that's going to go right here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Let me look at my card here. Let's see. How much did I use? I used like 1 1/4, I guess. Not more than, of the bottom half. So 1 1/4. I'll cut it right there, and then preserve another strip for something else. Sorry, it was moving on me. I didn't get it quite straight. There we go. So I'll take this piece and save it for something else. I'm thinking I'm going to want to use that red and start putting in some more traditional colors in a bit for my cards. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of gluing because then I don't have to worry about losing these pieces. Yeah, and I'm hoping that my glue cooperates, but if not, I'll bring out one of my tape runners. I keep forgetting to refill my glue, and I don't want to do that on camera. So, got that. And we'll do this one, and I'd like to figure out some, okay, so what I was saying is because it takes me a long time to upload the videos. So basically it's the time that I take to make the video, and then I have to upload the video. So basically it takes almost as long to upload it as it did to make it in the first place. So I really want to get to where I can do live videos, and from what I could find, researching I did, is that YouTube will let me do live videos once I get 50 people subscribing to my page. When I checked it a little while ago, I have 23 subscribers. So I'm one more than I had yesterday. Yay! But I was hoping that by the end of today I would have 50. But that's okay. We got almost halfway there by the end of July. So maybe by August the 15th, I can have 50 subscribers. So if you all would do me a favor, if you're watching this, go in and hit that little bell and ask for notifications, subscribe to my channel, like, share, comment, anything to help YouTube start pushing me out there so more people will see my videos. I would really appreciate that. That's really, right now, the biggest thing y'all can do to help me is get my subscribers up so I can start doing some lives, because I have all kinds of neat things that I can give away, and I would like to do that. All right, so that's the order that those go in. And we're going to need to do a little stamping and a little blending here. So I'm going to bring a couple blending brushes over here and my ink. Again, I'm using the Flirty Flamingo and the Night of Navy. And let me find my scrap piece of paper somewhere. Here it is. There we go. I'm going to use this side. And I'm going to start with the pink. I discovered that using it first was a good idea. And I went ahead earlier and I might need to go over this with the bone folder. Went ahead and did my whole piece, because I figured I would be doing some more cards with these colors, because some other papers in this set also have this pink and blue kind of mixed in together, real subtle with the coloring there. And so I went ahead and stamped a second sentiment on the other one that I had. And then I'll get my navy. I'm going to stamp off a good bit of that because I want it to be very light. So let's see. Yeah. Because I'm actually going to stamp in the navy. Stamp my sentiment in the navy as well. So just a nice blend of the two colors there. There we go. Go over it just a little bit more with the pink. Alright, we'll set that one aside, and then this is for the inside of the card. So we're going to do the same thing. We'll do the pink first. So if anybody has any questions about placing orders with me, or questions about maybe ordering cards, I do take orders for cards. If anybody would like to purchase cards for Christmas or for any other occasions, I do need some notice, because making cards is time consuming. But yeah, just the best way to reach me is there on my cell phone. You can send me a text message, 864-752-5688. Just let me know who you are and why you're contacting me, and I will get back with you just as quickly as I can. I do have a day job that I work, so sometimes I can't contact you while I'm at work, unless maybe I take lunch break or something. I can call you on my lunch or text you on my lunch and then get back with you when I get home. So, yeah, but don't hesitate if there's something you want or need help with. You want to make cards, if you want to come to one of my card making sessions, if you're local to me in the upstate South Carolina area. I'm going to be having another class at the end of August in my home. Trying to come up with some other ideas for getting some other people involved with stamping, but I have grown a little bit. My numbers are growing a little bit as far as the people that come to stamp with me. But again, I need subscribers on my channel, and I need people to purchase items, either for themselves to use, or if you want to purchase them for my mission. Either way. Okay, so that's going to be. I'm going to leave my navy open because I need to stamp it. Let's get my little piece for my snow on the inside. I'll go ahead and finish this. Is this the right one? Yep. So I just started down here and I'm pulling the paper toward me, so it leaves a little bit of a white edge there. And you kind of go up and down and get some different levels going. Got some red that showed actually right there. I'll have to fix that. Let's go tear that down a little bit. Yeah, because the paper on the back side is red. Let's see. All right. That will work just fine. And I'll just throw that away. And so that's going to go, I think I'm going to do that at the bottom. That's going to go down here. And I think I'll go ahead and stamp the same thing I did on the other card. I stamped "The Weary World Rejoices." And that's lyrics from "Oh Holy Night," which I used to be able to sing. Okay, and I'm going to try to get this sort of in the center. Now, hopefully, not getting it too crooked, or smudging it, or giving it a halo or something. So I'm just going to hold it there. Try not to rock it any direction. So, but just to get a nice, good, solid image. That's pretty good. And then I'll go ahead and I'll glue this piece down. Oh, well, before I do that, let's go ahead and stamp, and then I can close up my stamp pad. So on the front, again, I'm using the Piece to You at Christmas. This is from that, this Piece to You set that retired last year. Really beautiful set. And like, I don't mind making cards to sell you. If you want to buy cards that have used that set or something, that's fine, because that's why I kept that set, because it's beautiful. It's a nice religious set, and I don't have a lot of religious sets. There seems to be more plentiful of the Santas and stuff like that. So I did this on a piece of dark paper earlier so I could see better. So I apologize if my head gets in the way, but I kind of got to get over it so I can stamp it in the center. And actually, I have one of these already that I'm going to use. Yeah, because that one's a little crooked. All right, so I'm going to use this one I did earlier, which is not quite as crooked. There you go. So here, I'm going to use this one that I stamped earlier. And, well, it's not terrible. I might end up using that one later. All right, so let's set that aside. And what do we have next? Yeah, I'm going to glue my snow piece down onto the inside of my card. Decide where I want it to do. I'm going to try something right here. See if I can get that a little bit better. I wasn't real happy with that. There we go. That's better. And it's okay that the red's coming up just a tiny bit in the back because it blends in there with my pink. And also I'm going to put some Linka Stella there so it'll kind of glisten anyway. And it's not really gonna matter much. All right. So here we go. Come on, glue. Stick with me. Come on, I don't need a lot more of you. Just get me through. This piece right here will be good. And I'm gonna bring over my little silicone mats in case I've gone over a little bit with my glue so it won't stick to my paper down here. So I can do it this way. Alrighty. And this glue, what's nice about the glue is you have a little bit of time to work with it. And so I try to just push them down against down here to kind of get it all even. And that works pretty good to do it that way. And now I'll just kind of let this dry so it won't stick to that mat there. I'm going to turn it up like that and let it dry. Throw that little piece away. I don't need it. Okay, now go ahead and clean off these stamps so I don't have an accident with them. And using my little chamois here that you can just rinse off in the water and wring it out and just leave it a little bit damp and it works great. So you don't have to get up and go back and forth from the sink so much. And sometimes baby wipes leave little fibers. Oh no, I couldn't think of the word. Leave little fibers, and so that cuts back on that as well. And we do sell those chamois. We sell the little cases that the chamois is in. And again, if you need help finding any of that stuff, I'll be more than happy to help you with it. All right, I'm gonna move this out of the way. All right, now I gotta think about, because I'm doing this different, a little bit different. The two ribbons that I used on my original card here, I used this silver twine. It came from this Simply Elegant trim. It's in the current annual catalog. The SKU on it is 155766, and you get two. You get the gold and the silver. And the other thing I used was this blue that's got a little bit of shiny on it. It's called Bordered Ribbon, and it's the Night of Navy color family. And I'm probably still going to use them pretty much the same way I did. But I'm thinking about changing how I put it on here. So just bear with me a minute. I kind of was thinking I might do, yeah, I think I'm going to do this. So, I thought it might be kind of cool to just let these overlap just a tiny bit and then put this one on dimensionals. So let's see where I could put it. Where would I line it up? to have an overlap, I can take them out just a little bit more and still get an overlap. I just thought it might kind of be a neat effect to have this one up a little higher. I think right there, just a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch out from the edge will take care of that. But I'm thinking, so I was trying to decide what I wanted to do with if I want to do something different with my ribbon this time, which I think I kind of do. Thinking about doing the ribbon like this, and maybe put this here. I think I kind of like that. Kind of like that. All right. So move that, and I'm going to move this. We will go ahead and put these down. It kind of feels pretty good to have some Christmas cards done already, because I'll do my one sample and then I do one more, and some of the extra ones I do are pretty much the same, but I've been changing them up a little bit, so they're not all like exactly the same. But yeah, so I have like 12, 13, about 15 or 16 cards, which is really kind of neat. And so I like to give cards to my co-workers, and I like to give them all a different card. I don't want everybody to get the same card. And then I have cards that I mail out to some old friends and some family that I send cards to. And again, I'll try to get some Christmas cards to area nursing homes and stuff, some of the people that don't get visitors in the nursing homes. They're alone, so I'm going to try to get some extra ones that I can make those kind of deliveries. I'll need to contact the homes and find out, how many people they have that don't have family to visit at Christmas, and then I can get that taken care of. So what I'm going to do, because this is going to go under here, and it doesn't matter if my raw edge is here. So I'm going to just get a little piece of tape and tape that down. Whoops. Okay, like so. And then I will wrap this around. I think I might put a glue dot on the back side to keep the ribbon from moving too much. Sometimes that helps a little bit. Let's see. Get me a glue dot out of here. Here we go. I'm going to take your pick tool somewhere. Here we go. Put one right here where it first comes over the edge. I hope I'm in the camera. Sorry if I'm not. I apologize. That'll hold, because this is the inside of the card and it will show. So I like to make sure it stays down. With that the thinner thread that I did there, it didn't seem to be as big a deal, and plus it's kind of hard to put glue dots under that twine too, so without it showing. But I think we're okay. So see how the twine looked on the inside. It keeps shifting a little bit though. I wish I could have put something to hold it in place a little bit better than what it is. It's okay. And I put some glue on my knot here, because this the twine likes to come loose, and so hoping that's going to kind of hold that in place. All right, let's see. One more here at the end. It goes around. All right. Kind of straight. Alrighty, and then we're going to come back around to the front here. I'll trim it off with my snips. There's my snips. And I'm going to go ahead and put a glue dot right here where I carried it around. I should have put one right there. I didn't, but that's okay. One right here. I'll secure it, and put one here. Actually, it doesn't matter. I can put tape here again, but I'll go ahead and do that since I had it out. Okay. So do this. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and trim that. I have noticed that this navy ribbon, the ends of it do unravel a little bit, so just be careful when you're using it. So that it doesn't start unraveling too much on you. Somebody showed me how to fix that, and I can't remember exactly how they did it, but they actually burned it. I think they put glue, burned it, and then put glue, or glued it and then burned it. I can't remember exactly how it was done. I'm gonna have to go back and research that again. Just to when you get the ribbons that seem to fray more than others, and I mean not all of them do, but every once in a while you get one that wants to do that. So cutting the edges off of this. This is going to go inside still. Got that glue dried for that. Throw those little pieces away. All right, and then we're going to put dimensionals on this one now. All right. Oh, let me get these little, I don't know if y'all can tell, these are little foam strips adhesives. They're narrow. And this actually came in a paper pumpkin kit. We do sell these in the Stampin' Up catalog also, though. But I'm using them on this little thing. It worked out really well to use them on that. But my regular dimensionals right here, I will use on this piece. This should be enough. Should be enough. Forgot about my star. Okay, well, this one just might not get the star. So, I thought about the star the other day when I was thinking up this card, and I was thinking the star would be pretty, you know, and a pretty addition to the card. The catalog, the mini catalog that's coming out with the holiday items in it, there's actually some elements, some little bling of a star, kind of like the shape of this one. It's gold, and I think there's two sizes, but I like silver better on this. I don't know if I want to try to do one there or not. I might make one and cut it out. I figured out a way, though, I think, to make it more narrow than this. Let me see if I can find where I did it, that it turned out good. This one sort of did. No, that's not a good one. So I was trying all kinds of different ways, different things I was trying to get it to work. That one I just used a silver pen, but when I do it on this light paper, it doesn't show up. This one turned out pretty good. And what I might be able to do, since I've already put this one down, I'm thinking what I can do is make one on the navy and trim, and then trim it out. I wouldn't, well, I could make it that thin. This one wouldn't look good on it though, but this was just a piece I use it for just background stuff where I'm working my workspace. But I may try to do that. And so if I do end up, if that works, I'll show y'all on another video how I got that to work. All right, let me go ahead and glue my inside of the card in. I really liked the way the inside of my card turned out. And then I've got my little deer. I got one I already had one die cut from the Grassy Grove dies. And I said I was thinking about putting it on the outside, and I kind of forgot about it. And I was like, what color will I make it? And I was like, I guess I'll make it navy for the outside if I put it on the outside of the card. But then when I forgot to do it, I think leaving it the little brown color that I had, pecan pie, which I think that's what it was, pecan pie maybe. I think because this does have some brown in it, I think that looked pretty good. The little deer looked pretty good on there. And I forgot to do something else too. I should have put my wink of Stella on before I put this in here, but that's okay. We'll just have extra wink going places it doesn't need to be. But that's okay. I'm okay with, I love wink of Stella. It makes everything shiny. Okay. Let me find my little deer. He's under my mat down here where I don't lose him. There's my little deer. So I need to put some glue on it. I'm trying to get a little without getting too much. So we're gonna set him. Let me put a little glitter behind him first. Let's see. My wink. Let's put on the edge of the snow right here. I'm just kind of painting it on. Actually, I don't know how good this one's coming out. Let me try a different one. I might not have had it turned out down the right direction. So I kind of just painted it on the edges here. I've got a few of these over here in my, where I keep my tools and things, and kind of like a pencil holder. And these Wink of Stellas, you can take them apart and add some rubbing alcohol and make them go like you feel like they're going empty and you're not getting any out of it. But if you go put add some rubbing alcohol in it, because the glitter kind of gets down in there and it sticks to the bottom, and but if you add some more alcohol, you can make them go a little bit further. Let's see, I'm trying to see if I got it pretty good. Yeah. All right, so now I can, my glue's probably all dried up. I waited too long. I thought about that too late. I'm gonna just run him into the glue a little bit. All right, hopefully he'll stick now. There you go, little deer. There for my little deer. Some of you may know I have a little dog, my little dog Brody. I'm trying to see if he's in here with me. He's not. He doesn't like to come in here very often. He's a little Maltese. He's about 10 years old. And he's got a bit of an attitude. But I love him. And but I've been feeling really bad because he's home so much by himself during the day. I used to come home from lunch, but when the gas prices went up, I was just like, I mean, it's not a terribly long drive, but my truck doesn't get great gas mileage. And so a couple years ago, I quit coming home for lunch. And I just feel bad leaving him alone all day by himself. And so I've been toying with the idea of getting another animal in the house, a dog or a cat or something. So I'm going to take my bone folder. Some people do it like this, some people do it like this. Earlier I was having more success banging the bone folder onto the length of Stella, and it kind of just splatters it on there, and gets it just shiny. And it's probably putting shine in places I didn't want it, because again, I said I should have done this before I glued it down. I'm looking. It didn't put a whole lot up there. Did it do it? Okay, so that's pretty good. I don't have to overdo it. I think I want a little bit more if I can get some more right there. I'm not sure which is the best way to do it, honestly. Let's see if I can get a little bit more there. So, anyway, so I did get Brody some company a couple weeks ago. It's been about 2 weeks now that he's had company, and he seems to enjoy his new company. It's not a cat and it's not a dog. I got 2 little parakeets back there. He is fascinated with the parakeets. He'll just go back there, and there's a chair next to their cage, and he'll just jump up on that chair so he can get up where he can see them real good, and he'll look at them. Sometimes he barks at them. But I think he's liking having little parakeets in the house with him. So I have to go, you know, they're not hard at all to take care of. And if you clean the cage out a couple times a week, it's not hard to clean out the cage either. And the you feed them. I give them food, fresh food once a day, and I change their water out in the morning, and then I change it out again when I get home in the afternoons. And then once in a while I'll notice if it's dirty again, I'll change it again, but usually that seems to be enough. And then I try to spend some time in there talking to them a little bit in the mornings before I leave, and then again when I get home in the afternoons, and then again when it's time to put them to bed. And I try to put them to bed between 8:30 and 9 when it's getting dark outside right now anyway, because there's not any curtains in the bedroom that they're in right now, and so they can see when it's getting dark and stuff. And I cover them up with a sheet, and they're quiet. Once they get covered up, they don't make any noise. It's really interesting. And then in the mornings I'll take it off of them, and I'll wait a few minutes, and I'll go turn the light on, and I'll leave the light on in the room all day, because sometimes it gets dark in the room, even though there's not curtains. It just depends on what the weather's like and whatnot. So I like to leave a light on for them. And then about 30 minutes or so before it's time for me to cover them up, I'll go turn off the overhead light and just turn on a little lamp. And so they're kind of, time to get quiet. And then I go in there and I spend a little time with them. They say to try to spend about 20 minutes a day with them, and I try to get that a couple of times a day with them. So I try to get 20 minutes in the morning, and then another 10 or 15 minutes in the afternoon, and then another 20 at bedtime. And they get, and I sing to them at night. And they seem to like my singing. I'm glad somebody does. Because they get real quiet and still, and they listen to me sing. I'm not sure how old they are. I need to ask her again how old they are, because I'm hoping that at some point they'll let me. A girl that gave them to me, she had to find them a new home because she was moving, so they were gifted to me, and I want to. I'd like to I hope that at some point they might get in my hand, So I get my hands closer and closer to them and whatnot, and they're, you know, not running off as much as they did at first, but I haven't been able to get them to like eat out of my hand yet. I want them to like eat out of my hand and then maybe come sit in my hand and then let me pet them. And I hope at some point that'll, you know, all happen, but I just have to be patient. But like I said, I think Brody is enjoying having these little guys here with him. So I could put some, trying to decide what I want to do since I forgot to put my star at the top. I feel like I need something else. So I could put the star over here, but I should have done it, like I said, before I started gluing things down, because if you mess up, you mess up. I could maybe put some little gems on here to add a little bit, and then again just go ahead and put another bow on it right here. I'm thinking I might not put the silver bow this time and just do a blue bow. I think I'll do that, and then I'll put some rhinestones. That's what I'll do, is I'll put some rhinestones and then some tiny ones, and then it won't need the silver ribbon. So these are just basic rhinestone basic jewels is what they're called. And I think I'll stick to the smaller ones. So these larger ones, and then I think the rest of them are all the same size. I don't see, there might have been some mediums that aren't available and that I've used them all up. I don't know. There's Brody. He did come in here to sit for a little while. So I'm going to put one, I'm going to put this one right here. And I'm going to put one up in that little corner. So, you know, brings the eye to the, sentiment. And then I'll put a couple more. Let's see. It's good to put odd numbers, but I have on occasion not followed that rule. Look, it's falling off. Here we go. Well, not. Oh, I'm just really tired. Maybe right here. So today I went back to the eye doctor again, and we did an additional in-office laser, little mini laser procedure, and hoping it helps. I kind of feel like it already did help a little bit on one of the eyes. I'm not sure about the other one yet, but hopefully I'll start seeing some difference soon. I'm gonna put it here. Oh, I'll leave it here. Maybe here, since that's where it kind of landed. There, that's not so bad. And then I put my bow on it. I put a blue bow. And just finishing up this card. I do have a few more Christmas in July's, but I'll come back and do those in August. Maybe in a couple days, so I can go ahead and finish those up. And then I'm going to try to do Christmas cards maybe once a month. I have a friend, what she does is they do them on the 25th of every month. So that's kind of cool. So I might try to do the 25th or close to the 25th of each month. Do a Christmas card or two. And but I'll come back and finish these other ones in a couple days. I'm trying to keep the videos from getting too long. So just going to do this one tonight. But I would like to just remind you to please subscribe to my page if you haven't already, and ask your friends and people you know to come and subscribe to my page too. And if you want to look for me on Facebook, because sometimes I can I post just pictures of my cards and stuff on Facebook. So my Facebook is Kim's Creations and Card Ministry. So it's KIM' Creations with a K, the and sign, and then Card Ministry. So you can find me there on Facebook, and I try to post some pictures a couple times a week. I've got a bunch right now. I just need to put a logo thingy on them, and then I can post them. I should have waited and done this before I put my little rhinestone on there. There's now my little rhinestone. I guess I could just put it over here. Just put it right here. Let that go under. Or turn it a little bit. If I turn it a tad. A lot. I can't decide what to do. That's why I want live, because I want people to say, do that. That'll look better. Or I like that. Or I don't like that. And you get live videos, and people can kind of help you make decisions about putting your cards together. I think I'll like it like that. Get my glue dots here. I'm going to be finished with this one here in a jiffy. I hope you guys like this card. Please give me a thumbs up if you do. And any comments, nice constructive criticism is appreciated. Oh my goodness. And let's get that on there. And I do like the way it turned out. They're both just a little different. And both nice in their own little way. I do kind of wish I had gotten the star on it, but that's all right. I'll get a star on another one, and I may still do a star and try to cut it out. But again, with this kind of bow on here, it might be too much to put the star on it too. So I'm good with it like it is. I wanted to brush on some Wink of Stella on the fence on the snow right here. I know I've got all kinds of beautiful little splatters, but I like to get it where I just kind of paint it on in some of the spaces and some of the snow, like on the branches. Not the whole thing, but I do bits and pieces of it right there. Kind of got that covered up, so let's get right there. It's covered with the bow though. There you go. There you go. And then maybe up here a little bit. All right, I'm just real tickled about how those turned out. I think they're very pretty. Those could be, well, this one particularly could go to a man or a woman. I did put a bow on that one, so I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to ask my son his opinion. So there's the Christmas in July for today. So we've got those two. Let's count up what I've got. Got two of those. We've got two with the little cars. Two cute little cars. Yay! And I have two of the fractured card design. Let's hope if I turn them the right way. Two of those. Oh, two of this one. Oh, I love this one. It's different and it's just so pretty. And two snowflakes that are similar and yet different. Let's do this. I think these are mostly showing over there and there. So if anybody if you just want pictures of my cards, some people can kind of just figure things out by looking at the front. So, but anyway, so there's our cards for the Christmas in July. For the end of July, I do have a few more cards I'm going to do for Christmas in July, and I'll do them in August. So be looking for those to get uploaded in a few days, and then we're going to back up and try to do some more work on these kits and alternatives to the new kit that came in. A couple other kits that I have laying around here that I'd like to get done. And anyway, I guess that's it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me. That, again, it just means so much. You guys are great. Have a wonderful day tomorrow, which is now already tomorrow. And thank you again. God bless everyone. Good night.